Chuck, inside out, establish a power game early. Bosh emphatic takes to the bucket.
James, they go inside to Zydrunas in defense of Aaron Williams. He hasn't been on the floor a lot, and he's really not probably accustomed to Bosh's game. LeBron with a post.
12 offensive. How about that number? Amazing. The Raptors with 20 less rebounds. And you don't even have as many rebounds total as the Cavs have on the offensive glass. Amazing.
Pavlovic for three. And
I just don't see. He's played for three coaches, sorry. Obviously, the first coach, he was hurt that entire year and never really warmed up with Kevin O'Neal. And then Sam Mitchell gave him an opportunity early in the year, and Sam will be back next year, so I just don't see it happen.
Well, that's a three. We showed us something. Jack, let me ask you another question. If you're the owner looking for a coach, do you say to yourself, move to the three?
He's taking advantage of the opportunity to playing time here in Toronto late in the year. Think they got a senior career, how many, Chuck? What do you think?
I would not give up the day job.
You know the whole story. Settle back and enjoy it. We're going to the hoop tonight for the corner of Ontario, and you're on. That's a strong way to start as LeBron James, 22-year-old.
Well, he just gets better and better every game, and it's just amazing his progress this quickly at such a young age.
Ricky Davis on the floor now. LeBron lost Davis, and he'll come up. Swallow up the Blount miss. Eric Snow along with Sasha Pavlovic in the Cavaliers backcourt. LeBron James is back. Anderson Varejao and Robert Traylor up front. LeBron under the hole. Count that. And one coming. In the first half with 12 points, 6 boards. That's Tony Allen. Missed everything on that deep jumper. It was a 2 for Allen. The Cavaliers up by just 6. Robert Traylor to unload. Got it. 14.
A guy that played, bounced around quite a bit early in his career. Played for 5 teams in his first 4 years, but he has found a pretty neat home here in Detroit. Traylor puts it in.
Been outstanding. They're positive, they're upbeat, and they're calm, and they coach offense.
Which is a trend we've seen much more of this year in the NBA. 6 teams in the league averaging over 100 a game. Robert Traylor is coming off the bench.
And going on here.
Would you say that has anything to do with the uncertain future of the general manager, the head coach, with obviously the change of Paul Silas? Is it tougher to get guys to do the little things like hustle and play defense when you know it's a substitute teacher and that person's not going to be judging you next year?
It's all related. It's all about the big picture. Because these guys on Sunday night and then Cleveland's schedule with just murderer's row up there. You got Washington, Detroit, Boston, and then at Toronto. Last game of the regular season on the other team's court. That's tough because all those guys in Toronto, they'll be fighting for their futures.
Robert Traylor knocked down Gilbert Arenas. Pavlovic was left free in the rotation. And
Arenas, I mean, they're up and down characters.
Gilbert able to knock that one down. Damone Brown has come in the game. Signed to a contract for the rest of the year. Second-round draft pick by Philadelphia back in 2001. James takes him baseline, scores the basket. In the finals, as you look at Larry Hughes, the current steal leader in the NBA, who has 4 tonight. That perhaps the most famous steal in league history. Boston going on after winning that Eastern Conference final to beat LA for the 7th of the 8 titles in a row and 11 in a 13-year span. James a 3.
Oh, huge. Impossible shots. You look at the numbers of the season. Points per game combining for 47 and now it's most of the NBA. Tonight they have 55 combined as Larry Hughes already has 12 in the fourth quarter alone.
And Antoine Jamison is sprinkled in 18. So Washington's in great shape. Jamison hit one of the 2. They're up 9. There you see the story here. The Nets could be within 1 game. Undoubtedly watching as they get ready to leave Toronto and head back home. Eric Snow able to hit finally for Eric. Just
trying to get rid of some of those bad memories they've had this year.
It was certainly not evident in the second half in what was a bad home loss to the Raptors at the Garden. Ira Newble left wide open of the 12 field goals with an assist. So good ball movement.
All the starters have scored.
McInnis trying to use Ilgauskas' screen. Alley-oop to Newble. Newble inside.
Is that this team doesn't lose at home very much. They're 28-11 this year. Cleveland is at home. Only Detroit has a better home record in the East at 30-9. So they're used to winning here in the second half. I would expect to see a lot more energy and better play by the Cavs.
Oh, good, nice move.
Robinson, or just the inability of the Cavaliers to get LeBron James involved in this game. James has it now. Runs into Kassoun and count the basket. Andre Barrett, the rookie out of Seton Hall. Defending McInnis. Wagman is on James. LeBron goes by him. And another foul on Kassoun. St. Joseph's. Orlando up by 1. And a nice feed by Brandon Hunter. Any kind of cutting or flashing into the middle of the zone defense will be effective. As the Cavaliers are standing straight up in it. James double teamed and shoots it. Back within 2. Plenty of time for another. Andre Barrett has checked in. Man to get a little quicker, smaller. There's Nelson and Barrett in the backcourt, along with Francis, Howard, and Batiste. McInnis hands it off to James. The shot clock is at 2. Howard challenging, but
Green and deposit his first jumper of the night.
Well, that's not a good sign. Michael Redd coming off knocking down his first jump shot tonight, because that is the guy the Cavaliers have to key on. Obviously, Desmond Mason's another scoring option, but with Joe Smith not here as LeBron James backs down, just has an easy little jump hook.
Cleveland State University. The Our Man Dave, one of the best still photographers in the business. Shot clock at 4. Mason's got to unload from deep. James got a piece of it. Cavaliers will head to the offensive end as Eric Snow and Jeff McInnis stay combined in the backcourt. Jeff McInnis has gone the first 20 minutes without a blow here with his 10 points and 3 assists. So is LeBron James, but then again, that's nothing new. James off the slash. This is Eric Snow. Eric Snow to ring up that jumper. Of course, a couple days passed, but 20 years ago when World Be Free led for 23 points at Detroit against the Pistons back at the Silver Dome. So that is the Cavaliers' all-time record in a quarter. So let's begin quarter number 3. Jeff McInnis will turn the corner and float to the hoop. McInnis getting the Cavaliers. Of others around the NBA tonight. Atlanta with a big lead over Toronto, although that one, of course, has no playoff implication to it. And the Detroit Pistons, you'd have to think the 41st loss of this year from Orlando, if Detroit wins tonight, would just about put the Magic to sleep as far. They'd have to win out and get a lot of help. The Cavaliers at the offensive end now. LeBron James being checked by Andre Iguodala. James will back him down. Rodney Rogers, and that didn't drop that left-handed jump hook. So Jeff McInnis now operating with Lucius Harris in the backcourt. LeBron James, Robert Traylor, and Drew Gooden up front.
Good to see the Cavaliers a little bit more physical than their opponent tonight. Really, really attacking inside.
Pretty look from Drew Gooden. Quarter number 3. We know when the Cavaliers usually come out and play well, they've got excellent opportunities to win basketball games. There have been times when they haven't, and it's hurt them. LeBron James will tee it up and fill it up as the ensuing years go on with LeBron James.
You're right, Michael, because you have to get there to experience the playoff situation, even to know how to address the regular season. You have to get that experience.
Drew Gooden's going to hoist and hit that.
Turnovers for the Pacers, and Rick Carlisle told us that we've got to be around a dozen turnovers a game to be okay, and right now they are 4 in the first 7 minutes of this one.
Well, the Cavs want a quick game, an up and down open court game, so that they don't have to rely on their perimeter game and their half court set. They're a one-on-one team when they come in their half court game, and they usually only get one shot and done. Gooden makes that one.
Yeah, he drew it out, but then went over to Drew Gooden at the end and tried to explain to him, here's why I'm pulling you. You got to be there. LeBron Range down to 2. Get it back to 17. Varejao back in along with Yuri Wells.
You know, winning begets winning, and losing begets losing. And we're seeing that with Cleveland. When Cleveland was believing early in the season, you know, they found different ways to win games, and they never gave up on them.
Tolerate this kind of behavior, Jim. All right, Jim, thanks a lot. We're underway now in the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers trying to increase on a 1-point lead.
We are set to go. Both teams currently in the 6th spot in their respective conferences, both trying to figure out playoff seeding. For Cleveland right now, Bill, it's probably more important. They're 6th in the East. They're 2.5 back of 5th, but only a half game ahead of 7th, and that's important in the Eastern Conference.
Ideally, in the Eastern Conference, you would like to be the 6th seed.
As James quickly scores the first.
Has 2 back and stays in the middle.
Meanwhile, the lead is now 12 for Sacramento. Along with Coach Bill Walton, Mike Green on hand.
Look at that. After seeing Brendan Malone a long time.
Right now, they just need somebody to put some effort in defensively.
How about a better point guard? How about a better shooting guard? How about a better power forward? How about a backup center for starters? And if that's not totally revamping the team.
A 17-point lead. That's a 25-point turnaround. Remember, the Cavs led by 8 at one point. As Traylor with the soft touch. Would said, you got to watch my eyes. Rick Allen not happy with the initial turnover. Hard to find anything wrong with his team's effort in that first half.
And this is where you talked at the outset, Mike, about leadership. This comes down to LeBron James and what he's going to do about it.
Eclipse, it's breath-defying.
Everything going wrong for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're down by 25. This last play, a perfect example.
When you're trying to get back in it, you got to play defense. LeBron James allows the inbound man to come off not even a real screen there and get a layup. Goodness gracious, beautiful execution on the dead ball. Kenny Thomas is right on the mark. They don't even talk to each other walking off the court. Drew Gooden throwing his arms up in disgust. Brendan Malone standing by himself. There are some serious issues here that need to be addressed immediately.
Aaron Newble. James with the jumper. And LeBron James.
Cleveland Cavaliers, because Ilgauskas has those 2 fouls. Here's James. He is 0 of 3. Gooden has started the game 5 of 5. He's got 13. That is a game high for Cleveland. They laser it inside as James hit.
The Bulls are committed to matching those contracts and keeping those 2 young guys here. They spent 4 years developing them. They do not want them to get away now.
Cleveland is shooting 48%, and Chicago is shooting 46%. James finding Ilgauskas, who scores for.
Of not letting him get out in the open floor where he is so devastating. And Kevin, one that said we talked about one of the keys for Chicago, make him shoot jump shots. He's 0 for 5 on jump shots, and he has 1 driving layup.
Anderson Varejao checks in for the first time for the Cavs, a guy that Doug talked about as an X factor, a corkscrewing James.
Over Sharp.
So here come the Cavaliers, and they're shooting 40% from the floor. We just talked about the rebound advantage for Chicago, and Cleveland is led by as many as 8. Chicago is led by as many as 8 in this game. Here's McGinnis. He's got 10. Good. Has 25. And now he has got 20. And it's James. And this is for the tie. Good!
You always have to be aware of when you're out on the floors where the shot clock is. Corey Maggette should know a little bit better than that right now.
Cavaliers on a 10-4 run. Ilgauskas, great footwork on the step through for Z, and the deal with the Phoenix has been shooting the ball real well from long range.
Well, Michael, he definitely gets off his feet quick. He's tall, lanky. He can shoot the ball well.
Robert Traylor to look at it. He'll lace it.
Cavaliers to buckle down on the defensive end.
Smith missed everything. Cavaliers looking to push it. LeBron James surveying the scene. James for 3 in the tie. Got it! It's even. Smith missed the putback.
LeBron James playing more of a point guard now, Michael, with
Eric Watson the game.
LeBron James will explode to the goal.
Oh.
Sensational.